The Torah teaches us its lessons in many ways, even including the very way that the Torah text is written. This week we'll begin reading the book of Vayikrah, the book of Leviticus, and it begins with Parshat Vayikrah, and its very first words are Vayikrah el Moshe. God called out to Moshe. And that first word Vayikrah is written Vav, Yud, Kuf, Resh, and then a tiny little Aleph. Why is the Aleph written so small? Well, the medieval commentator, the Baal HaTurim, explains that we know Moshe was exceedingly humble. And when God instructed him to write in the Torah, Vayikra el Moshe, God called out to Moses. God singled out Moses. Moses said, who, me? No, God, let me leave the Aleph off. Let me write instead Vayikar el Moshe, that God chanced upon Moses, that God happened upon Moses, the same way you do with Bilam and Hagar, the other prophets in the Bible. I'm not so important. No, said God, write Vayikra, put in that Aleph. And so Moses compromised and made the Aleph small. Now, being humble is a good thing. It's as much a good thing as being conceited and full of oneself is a bad thing. So why does God need Moses to write in that Aleph? Well, because Moses needs to know that he still has value. Being humble does not require a full self-effacement. We don't have to think of ourselves as nothing and worthless and completely abolish our self-esteem in order to practice the positive trait of humility. Instead, rather, knowing our self-worth, knowing that we are human beings made in God's image, that each of us is important, that we exist in this world with purpose, that we have value, and despite that astounding fact, to still act with humility and to not be conceited, to not go around bragging of our accomplishments, but to act with humility, knowing that we have value. That is true humility. So Moses needs the reminder, and we are reminded ourselves that being humble, that being in constant wrestling with our own egos, we need to make sure that we don't make ourselves too big, but also, like the Aleph, that we don't make ourselves too small. The next time that you are down on yourself, wrestling with your own self-esteem, remember that even Moses needed to be told that he was worth something. Shabbat Shalom.